Hello students, in today's class we are going to learn about trigonometric ratios of some specific angles. So in the last class we have learnt what is meant by trigonometry and we have learnt what are all the basic trigonometric ratios. So what is meant by sine function, cosine function, tangent function and their reciprocals. Yes, and we have seen if we know any one of these ratio, how can we find the remaining all other trigonometric ratios. So in today's class we are going to learn how to find the trigonometric ratios of some specific angles. First let us see what will be the trigonometric ratios for 45 degree. So as usual we are going to stick on to the right angled triangle. So ABC is the right angle. If one angle is 45 degree, what about the other angle? Is also going to be 45 degree. Why? Because we are dealing with the right triangle. By angle sum property, if one angle is 45, the other angle should also be 45 since one angle is 90 degree. What do you know by angle sum property? In triangle ABC, by angle sum property, what you know, angle A plus angle B plus angle C should be equals to 180 degree, right? So now angle A we have taken it as 45 degree, angle B is 90 degree. So what will be angle C? Angle C will be 180 minus 135 degree, which is going to be 45 degree again. So angle C is 45 degree, right? So what do you know? Now as usual, to find the trigonometric ratios we should know all the three sides of the triangle, then only we can define the trigonometric ratios. So I am going to assume this side as A. Now if you see, these two angles are 45 degree. So what about these two sides? These two sides are going to be equal by isosceles triangle property, right? So if I am going to assume this side as A, this side is also going to be A, right? Now what will be Pythagoras theorem by what will be AC by Pythagoras theorem? By Pythagoras theorem, what you know? AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square, which means A square plus A square, which is going to be 2A square. Therefore AC is root 2A, right? AC is root 2A. We got AC as root 2A if AB and BC is going to be A, right? So you can write here, let AB equals to BC equals to A. Then by Pythagoras theorem we got AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square, which is 2A square. Therefore AC is going to be root 2A. Now we can very well define our trigonometric ratios because we know all the three sides of the triangle. Now what is sine 45 degree? You can take any angle A or angle C because both are going to be 45 only. So now I am going to stick on to angle A, right? So what is sine 45? Opposite side divided by hypotenuse. So BC divided by AC, which is going to be A divided by root 2A. So AA will get cancelled, which is 1 by root 2, right? What is cos 45? Cos 45 is, we are sticking on to angle A, the side adjacent to A divided by the hypotenuse. So it is going to be AB divided by AC, which is A divided by root 2A. AA will get cancelled, so it is going to be 1 by root 2 again. Then what is tan 45? Tan 45 you can take it as sine 45 divided by cos 45 or opposite divided by adjacent. So if you take opposite divided by adjacent, it is going to be BC divided by AB. BC divided by AB, which is equals to A divided by A, which is 1, right? So therefore sine 45 degree is 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2. Cos 45 degree is also 1 by root 2 and tan 45 degree is 1. So you should remember all these things. If you know sin 45, cos 45 and tan 45, you can very well define its reciprocal. What is going to be cosecant 45? Cosecant 45 is going to be reciprocal of sine. Therefore, cosecant 45 degree is going to be root 2, because 1 by reciprocal of 1 by root 2 is root 2. And similarly, secant 45 is going to be reciprocal of cos, which is also going to be root 2. And what is cot 45? Cot 45 is reciprocal of tan, which is 1. Right? Thus, we have defined all the trigonometric ratios for angle 45. How we did this? We had a right angled triangle and we have assumed the side of a triangle as A and one angle as 45 degree. Therefore, automatically the other angle will become 45. By isosceles triangle property, we found the hypotenuse by using Pythagoras theorem, and then we have defined all other trigonometric ratios. Yes, hope you understood. Now let us see the trigonometric ratios for 30 degree and 60 degree. Now to obtain the trigonometric ratios of 30 degree and 60 degree, let us consider an equilateral triangle. Let ABC is an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle means all the three sides are equal and each angle is 60 degree. Right? Now let us draw a perpendicular AD to BC. So this will be 90 degree. Now let us prove that these two triangles are congruent. So consider triangle ABD and triangle ADC. So what are all the things you know here? Angle B equal to angle C equal to 60 degree. So we got one angle, and angle ADB is equals to angle ADC, which is equals to 90 degree. We got another angle. This is by our construction, right? And what else we know? AD is the common side. AD equal to AD, which is common side. So we got one side. So when we have two angle and one side, it is not necessary it should be the included side. Therefore, by AAS criteria, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ADC. Right? So by CPCT, what are all the things we know? Corresponding paths will be equal, which means BD is equals to DC. Which are all the corresponding paths? BD will be equal to DC and this angle will be equal to this angle. We know full angle is 60 degree. Therefore, this angle should be 30 and this also should be 30. Right? Each angle should be 30 degrees since we know the entire angle is 60. And this side should be equal to this side. Right? So with these known things, we got 60, 30. So, and one angle has 90 degrees. So for this triangle, we can define all our trigonometric ratios. But before we define, we need all the three sides, right? So let us assume the side AB is equals to AC is equals to BC is equals to 2A. Let us assume the measure of each side as 2A. So this is going to be 2A, this is going to be 2A. Therefore, what will be BD? BD is going to be A. Why? Because we know this side is equal to this side. Therefore, the full length is 2A. Therefore, this and this should be equal to A. Now, in triangle ABD, let us apply Pythagoras theorem. Because only if we know the measurement of AD, we can find the trigonometric ratios. So, AB square is equals to AD square plus BD square. So, AD square we don't know. So, AD square can be found out by subtracting AB square and BD square. Subtracting BD square from AB square. What is AB square measurement? 2A the whole square minus A square. So, it is going to be 4A square minus A square. So, which is nothing but 3A square. So, AD square is 3A square. Therefore, AD is going to be root 3A. Now this is what we have, right? We are going to consider this half of the triangle ABD, and this side is 2A. We found AD as root 3A and BD as A. Now let us define all the trigonometric ratios for both 60 and 30. First let us define for 30. What is sine 30 degree? It is going to be opposite side divided by hypotenuse. So it is a by 2a, a will get cancelled, so it is going to be 1 by 2. Now what is cos 30? Cos 30 is going to be adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. So root 3a divided by 2a, so it is going to be root 3 by 2. So what is tan 30? Tan 30 is going to be opposite divided by adjacent. So a divided by root 3a, so it is going to be 1 by root 3. So with this we can define what is cosecant 30. Cosecant 30 is reciprocal of this, which is going to be 2, and secant 30 is going to be reciprocal of this, so it is going to be 2 by root 3, and cot 30 is reciprocal of this, which is root 3, right? Thus we found all the trigonometric ratios for 30 degree. Similarly, we can find the trigonometric ratios for 60 degree. What is sine 60 degree? 60 is here. So the side opposite to 60 is this, adjacent is this, and hypotenuse. So sine 60 is going to be opposite divided by hypotenuse. So root 3a divided by 2a, a will get cancelled, so it is root 3 by 2. Cos 60 is adjacent divided by hypotenuse, so a by 2a, so it is 1 by 2. Then tan 60 is opposite divided by adjacent, so root 3a divided by a, which is nothing but root 3, right? So with this we can define what is cosecant. Cosecant 60 is going to be 2 by root 3. Secant 60 is going to be 2. Cot 60 is going to be 1 by root 3. Yes. Thus we got all the trigonometric ratios for our specific angle 30 degree and 60 degree. Initially we found the values for 45 degree. Then we found the values for 30 and 60. You have to remember all these values. At the end of this, I'll tell you how can you remember and how can you express it in a table. Okay. Now let us find the trigonometric ratios for 0 degree and 90 degree. Now let us see how can we find the trigonometric ratios for 0 degree and 90 degree. Wonderful pictures is being depicted in your textbook, so I wish to show you. If you consider the triangle ACB, now we are going to fix the angle A, right? So if we want 0 degree, what are we going to do is slowly we are going to place AC on AB to make the angle 0. To make the angle 0, we should bring AC closer to AB. Then only angle A will become 0, right? See, slowly they have brought AC on AB itself. So it has become AB equal to AC now. AB equal to AC now. See, AB equals to AC for 0 degree. Angle A has become 0 now. So AC and AB are same. Now how will you define your trigonometric ratios? Sine 0. Sine is opposite by hypotenuse, which is a side opposite to angle A. Opposite to angle A is BC, right? So BC divided by your hypotenuse, which is going to be 0. Why it is going to be 0? Because we don't have the side BC, right? AC is being depicted on AB, so BC is reduced. B and C are on the same point. We don't have the side BC at all, so it is going to be 0. 0 divided by AC is going to be 0. What is cos 0? Cos 0 is adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Adjacent to angle A is going to be AB, hypotenuse is AC, both are same. So it is going to be 1. What is tan 0? Sine divided by cos. So 0 divided by 1, it is going to be 0. So if you know these three trigonometric ratios, we can define its reciprocals. What is going to be cosec 0? 1 by 0. 1 by 0 is not defined. If we have 0 in the denominator, which is not defined, right? And what is secant? Reciprocal of cos. So 1 by 1 is going to be 1. Cot is going to be reciprocal of tan. Alright. So 1 by 0, again it is not defined. Hope you understood. For 0 degree, what we did? We reduced AC, we reduced the angle A to 0, which means we brought AC closer to AB to reduce the angle A to 0, right? So what are we going to do for 90 degree? 90 degree, we need angle A as 90 degrees, so we are going to bring AC closer to BC. We are going to move in this way. This picture is also being wonderfully depicted in your textbook. See, this is your triangle ABC. We need angle A as 90 degrees. So what are we doing? We are bringing the point A to coincide with B to get the angle A as 90 degree. So AC will coincide with BC now. See, AC is equals to BC. Now what is sine 90? A is 90 degree, opposite side by hypotenuse. So it is going to be BC divided by AC. Both BC and AC coincides, therefore it is going to be 1. Cos 90 is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. So AB divided by AC. AB is no more, right? It got resolved. So 0 divided by AC, which is going to be 0. Tan 90 is sine divided by cos. So it is 1 divided by 0, which is not defined. So once we know these three trigonometric ratios, we can very well define the remaining three. The reciprocal of all these. Cosec 90 is going to be 1. Cos 90 is going to be not defined because 1 by 0. Tan 90 is 1 by 0. For cot 90 it is going to be 0 by 1. Therefore it is going to be 0. Right? Hope you understood how we got the trigonometric ratios for these specific angles. For which are all angles we found now? 45, 30, 60, 0 and 90. Which means we started with 0, 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90 degree. All these are standard angles and you should remember the trigonometric ratios for all these standard angles to solve the problems, right? Now let me tabulate all these values and I will tell you how to remember these values so that you will find it easier to solve the problems. Now let me tell you how to remember these standard angles. So as I told you, 0, 30, 45, 60, 90. Don't get panic on looking at the table. It is enough if you just remember only the sign values. If you remember the sign values, you can very well write the remaining trigonometric ratios, right? So first sin theta. Sin theta will start with 0, end with 1. 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90, right? It will start with 0, end with 1 and sin 45 is 1 by root 2. Remember, 0, middle value 1 by root 2, the last value is 1 and here it is half and this side it is root 3 by 2. Remember in this way. So once you know the sign values, you can very well write your cos values by reversing all the values. 1, root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by 2, 0. It is like a reverse of sign values. Then what is tan? Tan we know it is sine divided by cos. So divide 0 divided by 1 is going to be 0. 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2 is going to be 1 by root 3. 1 by root 2 divided by 1 by root 2 is going to be 1. Root 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 2 is going to be root 3. 1 divided by 0 is not defined. Right? So once you know sine, cos and tan, very well we can write our cosec, secant and cot by reciprocating the values. Sine 0 is 0. So cosec 0 is going to be 1 by 0 which is not defined. Cosec 30 is 1 by 2 reciprocal which is going to be 2. Cosec 45 is 1 by root 2 reciprocal which is going to be root 2. Likewise, if you reciprocate, you will get the remaining things. So, it is enough if you remember only the sign values. If you remember the sign values, you can very well fill the remaining columns of the table. Right? And during exam point of view, if you have any questions on the question paper, if you are unable to recall it immediately, nothing wrong in it. You can draw the table at the corner of your paper. And then you can find the values, then also you can substitute, right? Hope this is easy to remember. So sign values alone, if you remember, you can find the remaining values of the other trigonometric ratios, right? Now let us see how can we solve problems using this. See here, I have solved exercise 8.2 first question, and this is your fifth subdivision. They asked you to evaluate 5 cos square 60 plus 4 secant square 30 minus tan square 45 divided by sin square 30 plus cos square 30. I told this in the previous exercise itself. When you have sin square 30, it means sin 30 the whole square. Okay, instead of writing sin 30 the whole square, we will write it as sin square 30. Similarly here, everywhere, right? The square of the trigonometric function is expressed like this. And if you see, all are standard angles, 60, 30, 45, etc. You know all these values, right? So you have to mere substitute those values and simplify it. That's it. So 5 into cos 60 value is, and if you see, cos 60 value is 1 by 2, right? 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 the whole square plus 4 into secant 30. If you are unable to recall the value of secant 30 directly, you can find what is cos 30. The reciprocal of cos 30 is going to be secant 30, right? Here we have all those values, so we are taking it directly. If you are unable to recall immediately, you can recall cos 30 and then you can reciprocate it. 2 by root 3 the whole square minus tan 45 is going to be 1. So it is 1 square divided by sin 30 value is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 the whole square plus cos 30 value is root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 the whole square. Right? So 1 by, now mere simplification only. 1 by 2 the whole square is going to be 1 by 4. 5 by 4 plus 4 into 2 square is 4 divided by root 3 square is 3 minus 1 divided by 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4, because root 3 square is 3, 2 square is 4. Now take LCM and simplify, we got 67 by 12. Hence we solved the problem. We found the value of the given question. Right? This now only you have to solve and find the values of the given question. Yes? Hope you understood. Now let us see how can we solve a third question. Given tan a plus b equal to root 3, tan a minus b is 1 by root 3. They asked you to find the angles a and b, right? So tan a plus b, when the tan value will become root 3, tan 60 is root 3, right? So instead of root 3 we can write tan 60. So what does this imply? A plus b is equals to 60 degree. Mark this as first equation. Then similarly, tan a minus b is equals to 1 by root 3. When tan value is 1 by root 3, tan 30 degree. At 30 degree only it is 1 by root 3. Therefore, this implies a minus b is equals to 30 degree. Mark this as second equation. Now solve for a and b from the first and the second equation. So from first and second equation, we have a plus b equal to 60, a minus b equals to 30. So if you add these two, this will get cancelled. So 2a equals to 90 degree. So a is 45 degree. Right? Once you know what is your a, you can substitute in any one of the equation. So substituting in first equation, we get 45 degree plus b equal to 60. So b equal to 60 minus 45. So it is going to be 15 degree. So angle b is 15 degree and angle a is 45 degree. Thus we found the angles. Yes. Hope you understood. The remaining questions in the exercise are easy, which can be solved in the same way. So I am leaving the remaining questions to you as homework. You are going to solve it, and if you have any doubts you can ask me. And the last question is state whether the following are true or false. Sin a plus b equal to sin a plus sin b. How will you prove this? You can assume any value for a and b and check. What is sin a plus b? If I am going to take a as 0 and b as 30 degree. What is 0 plus 30? 30. So sin 30 is same as sin 0 plus sin 30. That's what you need to check. Right? So check and say whether it is true or false. And the value of sin theta increases as theta increases. True or false? Yes, it is true because the sine value starts from 0 and ends with 1, but in between values you have to check whether it increases or not. You can check with the values we got with the standard angles, and then you can state your result whether it is true or false. Similarly, you can do the third subdivision. Fourth subdivision, when the sine and cos value are same for all values of theta? No, only for 45 degree. So it is false because it is given for all values of theta. Then what about cot A is not defined for A equal to 0 degree. Cot is 0. Tan 0 is 0. But what about cot 0? It is not defined. Hence it is true. Right? So I am leaving the exercise to you. I have done only this problem and the third question. The remaining all other questions in the exercise are homework to you. Do all the problems without fail, and second question is fully MCQ. But you have to find the answer by substituting the values. So by heart all the trigonometric ratios of standard angles and then solve the exercise. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Thank you, students.